Hey, HSEstudy family, what would you do if you saw something unsafe at work? Speak up or stay silent to avoid a fight. Let me tell you about Rosa, a safety officer who faced that choice, and the decision that haunts her still. A single moment of silence led to a tragedy that could have been stopped. Today we're talking about workplace safety and ethics, because it's not just about gear and rules. It's about having the courage to do what's right, even when it's hard. Welcome back to HSEstudy, your home for real safety stories that teach us how to save lives. We're diving into a critical topic that's too often ignored: the ethics of workplace safety. Every major accident starts with a choice. Someone saw a risk, stayed quiet, or let a shortcut slide. When ethics fail, people get hurt, or worse. This isn't just about passing an OSHA training quiz. It's about building a safety culture where every voice matters. Stick around for Rosa's story and let's learn how to keep our workplaces safe. Hit that subscribe button and let's get started. Here's the hard truth: ethical lapses in safety are deadly. OSHA reports thousands of workplace injuries and deaths every year in the US, with manufacturing and construction among the highest risk industries. Many of these start with someone ignoring a hazard because they didn't want to rock the boat or slow production. I've heard stories that break my heart. A worker crushed because no one reported a faulty machine. A family left grieving because a supervisor dismissed a safety concern. These aren't just numbers, they're real people with loved ones waiting at home. When safety violations go unreported, companies face massive OSHA fines, sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars, and lawsuits that can shut them down. But the real cost is the lives lost and the guilt carried by those who could have spoken up. That's why ethics is the heartbeat of workplace safety. So, what does ethics and safety look like, and why do we struggle with it? Ethics means choosing to act when you see something unsafe, even if it's unpopular. It's reporting hazards, supporting coworkers who speak up, and refusing to ignore shortcuts no matter the pressure. OSHA's Whistleblower Protection Program, under Section 11C of the OSH Act, legally protects workers who report unsafe conditions. But fear of retaliation or causing trouble keeps many silent. In high-pressure environments like manufacturing, production quotas can clash with safety, pushing workers to stay quiet. That's where a strong safety culture comes in, one that values hazard recognition, encourages open reporting, and backs it with training. Without ethics, even the best safety rules are just words on a page. Let me tell you about Rosa's story, a tragedy that changed her forever. Rosa was a 42-year-old safety officer at a packaging plant in Illinois. She was sharp, respected, but always caught between production demands and safety rules. One day, she spotted a forklift operator bypassing safety barriers to speed up pallet drops, a clear violation of OSHA's 29 CFR 1910.178 standard for powered industrial trucks. She reported it to her manager, but he brushed it off, saying, "We're behind on quota, let it go." Rosa's gut screamed to push harder, but she didn't want to risk her job or team friction. That night, she couldn't sleep, wrestling with her choice. 2 days later, that same forklift hit a temporary scaffold. It collapsed, seriously injuring 2 workers, one with a spinal injury that left him unable to walk. OSHA's investigation found the company knew about the violation but ignored it. They were fined $190,000 for failing to enforce safety procedures and train workers. Rosa was devastated, blaming herself. If I'd spoken up louder, maybe they'd be okay. The injured workers' families sued, but no money could undo the pain. All because silence won over ethics. Let's get practical because I want you to be an ethical safety leader. First, create a speak-up culture. Encourage every worker to report hazards without fear. Post signs, hold toolbox talks, make it normal. Second, train supervisors to listen. They need to know safety trumps speed every time. Third, document everything. Log your safety concerns in writing and keep copies. OSHA's Whistleblower program protects you, but records are your shield. Fourth, know your rights. You can report unsafe conditions to OSHA anonymously if your employer won't act. Fifth, be the example. Follow procedures, wear PPE, and call out shortcuts. It inspires others to do the same. One tip: If you're nervous about speaking up, start with a question like, "Hey, is this safe?" It opens the door without blame and gets people thinking. Here's the bottom line. Workplace safety lives or dies by ethics. Rosa's silence wasn't her fault alone. It was a system that prioritized quotas over lives. But her story is a wake-up call. We've covered SOPs and fall protection before, but ethics is what ties it all together for accident prevention. By speaking up, documenting hazards, and building a safety culture, you're not just following OSHA, you're saving lives. Let's make every workplace a place where no one stays silent, where ethics is our compass, and every worker is family. So, HSEstudy family, have you ever faced an ethical dilemma at work? Did you speak up or stay quiet? Share your story in the comments. We learn more when we learn from each other. If Rosa's story hit you hard, smash that like button and share this with your crew. Let's keep learning, stay safe, and make every workplace accident-proof.